Hey everybody, it's Nate here with Goalie. If you don't already know us, our mission is to build tech tools for families with neurodiverse children. A lot of our families depend on Medicaid waivers to get the help and services that they need. This video is part of a series where we research these programs state by state and explain them to you jargon-free. Our goal is to help families like yours navigate this difficult process and get the help and coverage that you need.
I'm still Nate here. You may have recognized me from the earlier clip. I had this really cool pink striped shirt on. Same background, same person, different shirt. But anyways, let's get into it. I want to walk you through the process of Medicaid waivers, and today we're going to be focusing on the state of Alabama. So where am I right now, first of all? To get to this webpage where the tutorial is going to start, you need to go to forum.goalie.co. And you'll get to our forum page that has a lot of different information, and specifically information about Medicaid waivers and the process. So as you can see here, this is what the website looks like. We have a bunch of different topics: introduce yourself, schooling, etc., etc. What we want to focus on today is the government waiver section, and we want to click on the state of Alabama if that's what you're looking for. So when we click on it, you see there will be multiple posts. Right now there's only one, and it's the Alabama Medicaid Waiver Guide. This is the post that you're looking for, and what it really is the Alabama Medicaid Waiver Guide. So it's really beautifully named. Whoever did that. As you can see here, this is the post. This post will be pinned to the top, so you'll always see it right when you open it up. That's me there with that beautiful photo right there. And this is essentially our Alabama Medicaid Waiver Guide post that will walk you through the different waivers in Alabama and how to get covered step by step. So let's talk about the first waiver that we are going to today, which is the home and community-based waiver for persons with intellectual disabilities. So who can apply for this? According to circumstance and diagnosis, anybody with an IQ score below 70 who is over the age of 3 and requires an intermediate amount of care can apply. Alabama requires applicants to be considered mentally retarded, and just to put on the record, Goalie finds that term both outdated and potentially offensive. It's not a term that we would use. However, it was what was on Alabama's Medicaid website, so we thought that we would have to use their actual criteria to explain the information to you. Anyways, now that we got that over, their qualification for who considers themselves to be mentally retarded is somebody who has an IQ score below 70. Based on income, who can apply? So they do have an income limit. It's about $2,350 per month. However, it's not for you as parents, it's for your child. So unless your child is somehow bringing in bank, you should be able to qualify for this based on an income perspective. So what do you get if you do qualify for this? So if you qualify for this program, there's a long list of services that are covered. The ones that we really want to focus on are the specialized medical equipment and specialized medical services, as this is probably what you would use to get a Goalie paid for. But in addition, there are a lot of other services that are covered that you can potentially get. So how do I apply? Unfortunately, there is absolutely no ability to apply online. There's no portal online. The way to do it is there is a website, and you would visit this website that's linked below, and it would list the steps that you need to follow to get to apply. And basically, the first step is to call 1-800-361-4491. Once you do, they'll try to get you started on this process. Additionally, for information, it could be helpful to call your regional community center, which is located in each county in Alabama. And if you want to find that number, it's linked here on this brochure. So let's talk about the second waiver. Who can apply? Based on circumstance and diagnosis, it's the exact same criteria as the first. IQ score below 70, over the age of 3, intermediate amount of care. Based on income, however, you start to see some difference. So the first thing that you see is applicant must qualify for Social Security or disability payments. If you aren't getting Social Security or disability payments, you will not be able to apply for this second waiver. The reason for that, which we'll get into a little bit later, is that this waiver has less money and less spots, and so they try to limit the amount of people who can apply. How to apply? It's the exact same process. Follow those steps, call that number, look at the brochure, call your county regional community center, and it's the exact same process as the other waiver. What do you get? Again, not to sound like a broken record, but your coverage is almost identical. You get some of the same services. You still get that specialized medical equipment and specialized medical supplies. So it's pretty similar. But now, how are these waivers different? So the living at home waiver for persons with intellectual disabilities, which is the second waiver that we talked about, is very similar to the first waiver. It just, however, as we already mentioned, has limited funds and tighter restrictions on who can apply. So if you are in Alabama applying for a Medicaid waiver program, we recommend you apply for the first waiver program, which is the home and community-based waiver for persons with intellectual disabilities. So what do we think? What does the Goalie team think about Alabama's Medicaid waivers? If you couldn't already pick up from this video, the Goalie team isn't perfectly happy with Alabama's Medicaid waivers. We think that the waiver program is outdated. It's not online. It has incredibly strict requirements for enrollment. And in addition, they use an extremely outdated term that is offensive and not accurate to the process. They only have waivers that cover individuals who require hospital or nursing home level of care or who have an IQ score below 70. This leaves out a huge segment of population that needs waiver programs and needs Medicaid coverage that aren't receiving it. It's also a difficult process, not being online and needing to have multiple conversations over the phone. Be prepared for this if you are going to apply for Alabama Medicaid waivers. Let's go to our Goalie scorecard. So this is essentially the section where we rate the medical waivers and the process for getting them based on website clarity and ease of navigation. We gave that a 1 out of 5. There's no way to apply online. It was kind of difficult to find the web page, and it's not particularly useful. Access and requirements to qualification. Again, we already talked about this. Extremely strict requirements. It leaves a huge segment of the population out and uses a quite outdated and offensive term. Healthcare coverage, we're going to give that a 3 out of 5. There are a good amount of services covered. However, it's not fantastic, and it's even hard to apply and be considered for them. So we give that a solid 3. In addition to us in this video, there are some online resources that can potentially be extremely helpful. The first is Family Voices. Anyways, the list is right there. This is linked. So if you want to find any other additional information, you can click on any of these links or give any of these phone numbers a call, and these Alabama-based advocacy groups and organizations will help walk you through this and help navigate this process. Thank you again for tuning in to our Alabama Medicaid waiver guide, and I hope you enjoy.
If you've gone through this process yourself and can add any color to our research, please share your experience in our forum. Your help would be greatly appreciated by families who are new to this. If you're just getting started yourself, don't worry. We're here to help. If you have any questions, ask them in our forum and we'll do our best we can to support you. And lastly, if you found this video helpful, let us know. Drop a like or leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.